I got to go to Turning Point USA's campus stop at the University of Mississippi with the Vice President and Erica Kirk. Here is what I saw. Reagan Reese here, the White House correspondent for the Daily Caller. So yesterday I traveled from Washington, D.C. to Mississippi with the Vice President, who was appearing at TPUSA's next stop on their college tour. They're carrying on this college tour that Charlie Kirk was on when he was assassinated in September. Yesterday was 7 weeks to the day since Charlie was assassinated. And it was also the campus stop that Erica Kirk decided to join. It's the first one that she's joined since the murder of her husband. She came out wearing a freedom shirt, which is what Charlie was wearing when he was killed. And, she spent her speech, it was 30 minutes, honoring her husband, but also calling these students to action, to carrying out the legacy of her husband. Now, the arena was packed. There were 10,000 students there. They had to turn away students. A lot of them had MAGA hats on, freedom shirts on. When Erica spoke, they all remained standing for the entirety of her speech, and they were dead silent. Everyone was fixated on her words. It was really emotional. It was moving. They held up signs with Charlie's face on them that said, "I am Charlie Kirk." Now, the vice president came out next. He gave some remarks, and then he did what Charlie always did on these campus tours. He took questions from students, and he took questions from students who disagreed with them. A lot of them, the students that disagreed with J.D. Vance, had MAGA hats on, indicated that they were Trump supporters, but wanted an explanation on the vice president's abortion policy, on immigration, on their stance on Israel, and why they're trying to primary Thomas Massie, etc. The line of students who wanted to ask J.D. Vance a question wrapped around the inside of the arena. He wanted to get to as many as he could, and he did. We were very late getting back to Washington, D.C. last night. We were later than we were scheduled to. You could really feel the energy last night in the arena. It was so moving. It was emotional. It was inspiring. And you could just tell how much this means to these students, whether they disagree with J.D. Vance on policies or anything that the administration is doing. Being there to honor Charlie Kirk and his mission of speaking to people about their beliefs and having civil discourse was so alive last night. And it was such a blessing to be able to witness.